You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Tuesday, June 11th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's Tuesday. We have a lot of things to get to, including Tap Out with Tucson Games and Gadgets. That's happening in 8 o'clock hour. Mari will be joining us a little bit later. I have tons of tickets to give away, and I'm excited to announce that we have the return of Rock 102.1 Summer of Fun promotion.
Ooh.
Yeah, starting next week and every week, we'll be giving you a chance to win a different destination vacation for you and a friend. Now, here's the kicker, right? So we'll be giving away trips to New York City, Nashville, Vegas, Napa, Hawaii, and more. The first trip will be a 4-day, 3-night trip to Liverpool, England to see the Beatles Museum, Strawberry Fields, and the Club Cavern in Penny Lane. All you have to do is listen to this show around 8:10 for the song of the day, and then it'll be played before 6 o'clock that day. That's the process, and then you text to win all this nonsense. Now, here's the thing. Now, if you win the trip, you could either go on the trip or take the $3,000 cash instead. I'm actually excited and kind of giggling inside that they had this promotion return, because last year we did this, and 100% of the people took the cash instead. Like, oh, where's the trip? Money. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll take the cash.
We'll just do some shrooms and listen to the Beatles.
Yeah, dude.
How's that sound?
Yeah. Liverpool? Are you talking about like the ghetto of the UK? I mean, isn't that like the bragging rights of the Beatles? The reason why they were so great as a band is because they grew up from this like poor working class like neighborhood, and that's really where the birth of all great art is from this kind of pressure and overcoming and all this stuff.
We got out at Liverpool.
So
deliberately
join us next week as we give away 4 days, 3 nights to Liverpool, and then the week after we're gonna give you a full 8 days in Compton, and that's just like 8 days Airbnb in Compton, right on Crenshaw Boulevard. It's going to be fantastic.
They got a hip hop museum
just in time for the 4th of July. You don't even need fireworks because gunshots going off nonstop. You're going to think it's a fireworks show whenever you close your eyes.
Fully immersive.
Seriously, as you curl up in the fetal position on the ground just to make sure you don't get shot. So yes, so Liverpool next week, Compton the week after that.
Nice.
And then, we'll brainstorm. We'll try to figure out some other fantastic adventure to send you on, or give you cash instead. So Compton for a week or $3,000 cash, Rico.
Ukraine.
See, you can't. I try to give you an A or B, and you always see yourself out of the weird zone.
No, I'll do Detroit.
That wasn't even an option.
Fine, Compton.
No, I'm over it now. So that's going to be happening next week, but it should be fun and give you an extra reason to listen to Razor. So we have that happen on next week. Today, though, we're giving away tons of tickets, including that of the Legacy Tour, which I should be super excited about. Have you seen this Marley film on Paramount yet?
Not yet, no.
The biopic. It does look pretty good. The reviews are pretty solid. Of course, it talks about the legendary life of Bob Marley. And if you watched it, then you know that Bob Marley was a family man, and he had tons of offspring. And about a good portion of those offspring have all formed a super band. And not only are they going to be covering hits of, their father's legacy, but they're also going to be performing a bunch of their own songs that were good, because Ziggy Marley, he was a star in his own right. Stephen Marley done pretty good. Damian Marley is the jam. Damian Marley is like in my mind,
jam rock.
Yeah. He is like the King Marley brother. He had his own sound, but all of them are going to be performing together at Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater on September 12th. And we have tickets to give away for that. 2 pairs today, with the first pair going out to caller number, I want to say 420, but I don't want to hang up on that many people. So
I'll do it, though.
Yeah, we will do it.
We'll do it.
Call number 10 right now, 600 KFMA, 605-362. If you want to see the Marley Brothers live in action, call now. Good luck. We got your morning moron coming up after Sleep Theory, kicking things off with Pearl Jam on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. Sleep Theory with Numb on Rock 102.1. It is now 6:15 and time for your morning moron. Let's do it. All right. Sometimes you're a morning moron just because you're such a fanboy that you legally change your name to a fictional character and then you get arrested and everybody laughs at you. That's the situation today as a story coming out of Austin, Texas has gone viral because of a man who stole a car and his unique name, which I do think, and for the record, I will say this name is badass. I will say that. And I have I will, I'll disclose a lot. Let me get right into it. On the Transformers, Optimus Prime once said, sometimes even the wisest man or machine can make an error. Yep, that's a fact. And maybe that's what happened here. The police in Austin, Texas have arrested Optimus Prime.
Amazing.
Yep. And they arrested Optimus Prime for driving a stolen vehicle. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a second. He is the vehicle.
You would think.
Yeah, he's not driving. This guy's just strolling and his feet are wheels. That's what Optimus Prime is.
Right.
In fact, he has 18 feet because he's a big rig.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't the character Optimus Prime. It was a 37-year-old guy named Optimus Prime Blakely. Now, unfortunately, since he is 37 years old, there's no way that his parents were that big of a fan, and they named him that. Pretty sure he legally changed his name to Optimus Prime. Optimus was stopped by officers last week after he was seen driving a vehicle that was reported stolen, and so he was a Decepticon this whole time. Now, there's no description of the vehicle, or if it turned into a robot once they pulled it over. Optimus,
I need to know.
Yeah. Taken to the Travis County Jail, was being held on $8,000 bond last report. Now, I was talking with Todd about this story yesterday off air, and two things. One, I grew up with an Optimus Prime pillowcase. It was my favorite pillowcase.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's near and dear to my heart. OG Transformers fan here, right? Two, I think Optimus is still a pretty badass name. And if I had a son, not because this idiot's influenced me, but I would probably, it would be tempting to name this dude Optimus.
It's kind of a cool name.
It is a cool name.
It's like Octavius, but Optimus.
Yeah, dude.
Like a nice ring to it.
Yeah, dude. Like you're always optimistic. You're Optimus.
Right.
Right. You could even like change the spelling, say Optimas, so that's more optimism because we're in the old Pueblo. So
yeah.
I'm glad you're with me.
Twinge to it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So any mommies out there,
Lopez.
Yeah, if you want to have a son and you're not afraid to name Optimus, get at me, all right? Because I need an Optimus as a son. All right, let's get on the air here. It's Rock 102.1. All right, we got 2 seconds. And good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yes, we're live on the podcast broadcast. You can join us with all of our OG streamers, youtube.com/beefvegan. Only there. You will see the TikTok that Shane says, the us two idiots remind him of.
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's actually a hilarious video. And then we're all going to react to AI's 1950s remixing of popular rap songs. So somebody took these songs from like Eminem, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, and more, and said, make a 1950s version of it. And people are freaking out about these songs. So I'm going to share some of these songs on the podcast broadcast stream with you as well. Plus, we have so much to get to on air, including a comic that got called out for theoretically using laugh tracks in social media. I know this is something that we've been talking stolen valor all day because comedian stealing comedic valor. We're going to call him out and a whole lot more. So all that's coming up after Godsmack, but you can join us youtube.com/beefvegan. It's a podcast broadcast. All right. So let's get right into English or Spanish. This is fantastic. You guys are going to love this. So Shane said, I saw this TikTok that reminded me of you two idiots. And I'm like, oh, is it funny? He's like, yes, it was in the mall. And it went like this. So let's check this out. English or Spanish, the guy says.
Excuse me, English or Spanish?
English.
Whoever moves first is they.
Oh, it's this guy. Oh.
No. You lost. Yeah. You. Excuse me, English or Spanish? El primero que se mueva es gay.
And then just freeze. These kids just freeze.
Oh, wow. Not even blinking.
Yeah. He's like, I'll show you how straight I am.
You'll see.
Whoa.
Machismo.
He has not blinked. Oh.
Bueno, hermano, ya perdí yo. Bueno, hermano, gracias.
All right, so yeah, there you go. So
Doing that in 2024 is very brave.
that is, but of course, teenagers they're all about it. So they're just like, oh yeah, I'm not moving.
Mm-mm.
And that's a son. There's a lot of stuff that man on the street stuff that continues to pop up. And hell, I follow an Instagram page of just these kids going around doing drunken man on the street stuff in Tucson, and called Tucson
I've been
Takes.
saying we should be doing this.
I know, but you have a small window because you get off on Friday and Saturday night at 1, and that's a very small
Perfect
window.
timeline.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, well, okay, then I'll meet up with you this Friday at 1, and we'll
Okay.
do some shit. But we gotta have lights, and cameras, and action. So that's how that works. But I will.
I have those things.
I know. Good. Well,
I don't want no
prepare.
excuses.
Look, here's the deal. I've been busy some weekends. This weekend, I'm gonna be.
Here's the deal.
Well, I'm gonna be at O'Malley's on Friday for Stack Styles, and then afterwards, if I still have the energy, then
Hey, I didn't say this weekend. Anytime's fine.
what the? yeah. See this? What do you mean you didn't say this weekend?
You're acting like I'm saying it has to be this weekend. I'm saying anytime you have free time, like hit me up on a Friday. Be like, hey, bro.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to be downtown this Friday. So can you do it this Friday?
Sure.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I will. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, on the street stuff's the easiest thing to do. We
I
have
know.
so many things we could do.
I
It's
know, and none
easy.
of these
Locals?
kids could call us out on that because, man on the street stuff's been around since before these guys
It's so
were
good.
born. I'll show you an example of these Tucson Takes because they got a lot of followers, dude. And it's like, dude, yeah, we got to do this bullshit, and show these kids how it's done.
Mhm.
So here's their page.
First one.
They got
first,
27,000 followers,
Wow.
dude. Yeah.
First one to move. I'll never pay back student loans.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Well, all the students are gone right now, though.
A good feature in a guy.
Like strong shoulders, muscular.
Okay. What is the most attractive feature in a girl?
Her pretty smile.
Yeah, boy.
What's one thing your parents don't know about you?
I smoke.
Oh, she's saucy. Rocco at 2.1 KFMA. We're back here on the podcast broadcast. We're just reacting to Tucson Takes. It's a Instagram page on that is blowing up on Instagram. And congratulations, kids. But we're coming after you. We're gonna show you how it's done. You think that's an edit? We'll show you an edit, right, Rico?
That's right. I'm gonna go to the buffet bar and get in fights.
Well, I don't
film it
I don't want to do that. I'm too
Oh,
old
okay.
for that, dude. I mean, hell, I went out
for
on
the views, bro.
Yeah, I went out on Saturday, and I'm still recovering from that. To be honest with you, yeah, that's what happens after you turn the corner of 40. Even just a little bit. I stood next to somebody drinking. I was hungover for 3 days. Big old baby, I am, right?
Hard.
When's the last time you partied there? Because you're still breastfeeding, so you don't tip them back or nothing, huh?
No, it's been like 3+ years since I've had a drink.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's not like you were a huge partier, but
No.
we've had some fun in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bachelorette party I went to in 2021.
Wow.
That was the one time since my first son was born, who's about to be 5, that I have had an alcoholic beverage.
Okay.
went out.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you feel like you got drunk too?
I did, and I was just miserable afterwards.
And
so-
was that the night you conceived your second son?
No, that came later.
I was like, coincidentally enough. What about you, Rico? I mean, actually, no, I know. It was like last week. It was like during the week.
I still want to try the Pedialyte cure, though. I can't bring myself to buy Pedialyte.
Well, no,
Why?
It's just weird. Just like
it's
not
not
my market. Or it's not, yeah.
it's not necessarily a cure. I've had it. Pedialyte will hydrate you and stuff, but it's not necessarily a cure. There's several things you need to do to really overcome a hangover, and everyone's to each his own. I'll tell you the best way to get over a hangover is just get one of those IV services. And I know that there's some of them that pop up in town, but the most immediate way that I felt better almost immediately, and this actually was in Mexico. It was after a long night of partying. My buddy was a paramedic, and he had all these IVs set up. So in the morning, we all just kicked back, and we got IVs, and seriously hit the ground running.
Wow.
I felt better than before I started to drink.
Is it a quick IV though?
It was about like an hour. We're just chilling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absorbing all the nutrients. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
hydrated
Potassium.
So hydrated. I was the most hydrated, as the least thirstiest dude on the beach. Yes, it was
You
great.
still have the cords in. Give me a margarita. Take it easy, bro.
I know. Yeah, no, honestly, if I could do that, if I could walk around like I'm a hospital patient with an IV,
Just walk around
go
the
right up
beach.
to the bar, give me another shot. It's not faded me, dude. I'm hydrated.
We got ourselves a professional here. All right.
All right, now there is some controversy going on in comic TikTok world. Now you've seen these comedians bust out these reels all the time. They're super funny, where they go through their routine and they're live on stage or interacting with the crowd, and they're laughing and whatnot. And usually, if it's a funny clip, it will go viral, and this is a good way for a comedian to market themselves. But last week, a comedian named Anthony Zaccaro went public accusing another comic with over 1 million TikTok followers theoretically faking most of his videos, which are clips of this comic doing stand-up. Now, Anthony claims this comic uses green screens and different stage backgrounds and a laugh track that he adds. Yeah. And he's wondering, what do we do about that, right? Because as far as comedians, there's a strict code. That code, of course, is to not be a hack and not to steal, other people's jokes, right? But then at the same time, there's got to be an authentic a part of being a
rite of passage.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
And so if this dude's still making content on the internet that is engaging people and making them laugh, and if he has 1 million followers on TikTok, it's working.
Yeah.
Right? Then is he breaking the code of conduct for comedians by not using actual footage?
I don't think so.
I think, okay, so is he playing it off like he's actually in a club, like live, or is it something he's admitting, like, no, this is obviously a green screen? Because usually you can tell, like, like say the Laugh Factory or improv, whatever, you always have like an audience foreground and reactions and things like that. It's pretty obvious.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do have the comic in question is a guy named Pete Guercio, and that's Peet. And I have videos that I can show you on the podcast broadcast to see if you think he is legit performing, which you would know because you worked in a comedy club for years, or if he's faking the videos, and if they're real, if he should consider showing shots of the crowd or not, and then answer back to Anthony. But that is the big debate online right now. Because funny is funny. We know that, right? But is it breaking the comedian's code of conduct? And should you look at this guy like he's Dane Cook or Carlos Mencia because he was faking this on-stage interaction and not actually doing it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to get any respect from any real comic, that's for sure. You can have his views, but as far as circuit goes.
Which would you rather have? The respect or the check?
The check.
The first one. And then the check.
No, we can't have both, dude. You're always trying to cheat the system. Well, I'm going to introduce you guys to Pete here on the podcast broadcast stream. You can join us youtube.com/beefvegan, or just keep it right here, because coming up next, I'll give you the news, and we got music on the way from Jet. It's Rock 102.1. All right, so here is...
See, that's an interesting thing, because like I've done things in the past on like video work. I think I did like an AI version of a comedian where it's obviously a take on if somebody did stand up in the metaverse,
right?
Not in front of a real audience. It's obviously edited. You know what I mean? Have somebody play it off like they're in a row, and that's just creepy. But there's that phenomenon going around too, where people are doing like fake podcasts, which, if you do it tongue in cheek and you do it knowingly as a comic bit, sure. But some people do it like, yeah, let me tell you what I think about the economy. Thanks for asking that. And then they play it like somebody's asking them a question.
Yes, I've been seeing that a lot lately.
It's trendy.
Yeah, it is. It is a trend. It is somewhat clout chasing to get clips, but it is also a way to take a clip and then make comedy from it. I've seen a certain guy in particular doing it with like Logan Paul's podcast. So like Logan Paul got a lot of traffic, a lot of engagement, so people are going to click on that. Or Joe Rogan, same deal, where it's like Joe Rogan. I don't remember this episode of this guy on Joe Rogan. Well, he wasn't. He just edited himself to look like this. So here's Pete. This is a comic in question that Anthony has a problem with. And here is his "Is it real?" stand-up bit. Let's check it out.
So long that you get super into it. For 25 minutes, I was listening to a girl in a coffee shop cry about her boyfriend until I was like, excuse me, you don't know me, but you need to leave him. I can't believe he would treat you like that. You are so much better than this. He doesn't deserve you.
I think Anthony's onto something. That does look fake as shit.
That's cringe,
dude.
man.
Let's see.
When you lie and make up a fake excuse so you can get out of something, just go for it. Don't say I'm sick. Say I'm at my cousin's hamster's quinceañera.
Yeah, this is fake.
And it's not good. And that is,
the jokes aren't good though. So why is he having so many followers?
I was going to say, with those bad jokes too, a lot of times you do get the authentic audience grumble. That's always there. It's not full on laughter the entire time.
Right. Let's hear a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, he's got 577 comments on this.
People are dumb.
It's true. 23,000 views on the next one. Let's see some of these clips that he's going. We'll check out his profile.
Can't pick you up. I have cardio twerking. I can't go. They need me up in space.
See? Oh, God. That's
You're
so
mad
bad.
now.
I'm so mad.
Look at you.
Because it's like,
You
if he
wanna
actually
fight
took
this
those
guy?
jokes. No, it's just like if he's trying to pass it off like a real deal, that's so cringe and horrible. Because if he actually took those jokes on the road, he'd be humbled so quick.
Let's check out
That's why he doesn't do it, the real thing.
Look at his page, dude. 5.7 million views on this one, 5.5 million views, 2.3 million views, 1.6 million views. All of them, you could tell, are almost like 100% fake. But now here's the
Comedians
deal.
hate watching.
Right. Now this one looks like it could be real because there could be heads there, but that also could be.
I have watched
that'd be so bad.
every cute animal video that exists. I've watched so many that I've built up a tolerance and I don't feel anything anymore. It's so fucked up. Like, my friends will send me a video of baby pandas rolling around on a jungle gym, and I'm like, they're not even wearing overalls. What is this? Like, the dachshund was freaking out that his dad came home. I'm like, yeah, I came home from work. Like, I don't feel it if it's a war.
Honestly, it kind of looks like it could be like an app where it looks like the studio audience is in front of you. That could be a graphic.
Tweak the audio too. That audio sounded way more realistic. The other one sounded fake. And also up there it says he actually has a bio for a ticket at a show at a college university. So if he actually has proof he's doing live shows,
he has
could be a mix.
What came first, the chicken or the egg? So did this guy start doing this as a way to build up an online audience and a fan base, then start booking his shows after that? Now, if it worked, and now look, 1.1 million followers on TikTok, you can make money with that. Generating these kind of views, even though all these videos that have the most views obviously look fake right off the bat, even like this one here.
I almost had one of my best friends arrested because of the way that he told a story. I'm going to tell you the story the way he should have told it. Then I'm going to tell you the story the way he really did tell it.
I'm not going to get into that yet because it's a 2-minute clip, but the audio is clean, but that helps when it comes to engagement and clicks. Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's something that, it's hard to do when you're recording yourself live at venues. But it generated. So like this thing, it looks like Anthony could have an argument for sure. Mm-hmm. But then Pete's argument could be, hey, the results justify the means. And the results are that I got enough people to know who I am and follow me that I can get people to go out to shows so I can book my own little tours and then can start headlining because I literally came from nowhere. Mm-hmm. So it is a way to kind of play the system in still a creative way, but in an authentic way at that.
Well, it changes my mind immediately when I see him actually out there in front of live crowds doing it and using that as a sort of supplement to it. That doesn't change the fact it's cringe, and I think that's really a bad decision to make. But if he's out there doing crowd work, doing the thing, that changes it a little bit for me.
No, well, not every comedian
But-
could do crowd work too, and that's another thing. And then none of it is he doing crowd work. He's doing his bit.
Well, he's doing his bit, but he's in front of a live audience versus just pretending like he's a comedian and be like, yeah, give me money, views.
Yeah.
He's actually touring, going to La Brea Improv and things like that. So there's legitimacy to that. But yeah, if he's filming himself doing bits and just putting in the laughter himself, that's just weird.
Well, it just
Yeah.
wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't funny. But then I'm like, well, why don't we do it? We can start our own little comedy club. Did you see Beef and Rico tonight at the at the Congress Improv?
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, you get people being like, "Oh, I didn't even know Congress had an improv." And yeah,
Buy tickets to my Zoom.
All right. Speaking of fake, this is legitimately fake. Lil Wayne, and this is the AI remix that is going around and gone viral. And basically, somebody took the Lil Wayne's "A Milli" and said, "Give me a 1950s remix of this. What would this song sound like in the 1950s?" And here's our answer.
Money millionaire, tougher than Nigerian hair. My criteria compared to your career just isn't fair. I'm a venereal disease, like a menstrual I bleed through the pencil and leak on the sheet of the tablet in my mind. Cause I don't write nothing, cause I ain't got time.
Nope.
Cause my seconds, minutes, hours go to the almighty dollar and the almighty power of Allah. Yeah, sister, brother, son, daughter, father, mother, loving coppers. Got the Maserati dancing on the bridge, trunk popping till the coppers, ha 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 ha. You can't catch them, you can't stop them. I go by them goon rules. If you can't beat them, then you pop them. You can't man them, then you mop them. You can't stand them, then you drop them.
Damn, dude, that's
I love it.
Yeah, that's crazy. What do you think there, Rico?
It's a bop. It's good. It just makes me reminisce about having like live performers do it though, like Richard Cheese style.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
but
that's a thing. So I guess it's not necessarily anything new because Richard Cheese has been doing that. But I know that you've always wondered. I know Richard Cheese has probably done a version of the thong song, but do you want to hear what the thong song would sound like on this?
I do.
Yeah,
50s.
because I love the thong song, just because I have special memories with it. Here's what the thong song would sound like.
That dress so scandalous, and you know another nigga couldn't handle it. See you shaking that thing like foolish, with a look in your eyes so devilish. You like to dance at all the hip hop spots, and you cruise to the cruise like connect the dots. Not just urban, she likes to pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck, thighs like what, baby, move your butt. I think to sing it again.
Want to hear little Richard do this?
She had dumps like a truck, thighs like what, all night long. Let me see that thong. I like it when the beat goes down.
There you go. So all right. So you got a new mixtape that I need to make for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's impressive. I like that. All
Imagine
right.
being at the beach and somebody cranking all these tunes.
And it could.
Yeah.
And honestly, that could be like, I could have been in Mexico last weekend. Should have been, to be honest with you. I mean, I had a great time up here, but normally Circus Mexicus is like an event, and I've been avoiding social media because the past couple of days, especially because a lot of my friends are coming back from Mexico. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then and I got pictures sent to me like, "Hey, we miss you." I'm like, "Hey, go fuck yourself." Like, I don't want to see these photos right now. Yeah, like so mad. So mad.
They're like, yeah, we all got robbed. Like, okay, cool. I feel better now.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, okay. You want a confession on this Wednesday? There was one time, and Rocky Point was included, where a bunch of friends planned to go down to Rocky Point. I was supposed to be part of those plans, and they decided to go without me. And I kind of like secretly was like, "Well, I hope you crash on the way down there." Oh God. And they did.
Oh no.
Yeah. Now they were okay. They survived, right? But I had this weird feeling of guilt and also pleasure.
You're like, am I a Marvel villain now?
Yeah, dude. I was
anything?
just like, you don't fuck with me. I'm gonna curse you. But I swear, Tommy was my friend who got in a car accident, and I was so mad that Tommy like ditched me and left me out on these plans. And then I was just like, in my head, I didn't vocalize this thought and this curse. But I wished it so hard.
Oh, geez.
And then it happened, and I was just like, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was mad. And then I felt a little bit bad. It's a complex feeling because, you're like, that sucks. You have to pay a lot of money and you got a little bit hurt, but nobody died. And I'm sure I would feel really bad. Like I was a murderer or somebody died, but
You're going to win the Powerball.
yeah.
I want it so bad. You're going to win.
No, it hasn't worked since then. My mental
Damn
powers. I know.
You blew your load.
Only when people spite me. So just don't spite me.
Never.
Don't go to Mexico without me.
All right, here we go. Let's get on there. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beefy Presents. Welcome back to the show. I do want to do something new here for the podcast broadcast. I just want to give you the news. So let's get right into the news.
Breaking news.
These are some stories here. Hold on. That's how smooth this intro is.
It's how raw it is, baby.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening in the news. First and foremost, it looks like Pope Francis is welcoming comedians to the Vatican on Friday. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, a lot of the who's who of hilarious comedians. They invited people like Stephen Colbert, who of course is a Catholic. He makes no secret about that. Jimmy Fallon, Chris Rock, Whoopi Goldberg, Jim Gaffigan, and Conan O'Brien, among others. It's all over the weekend. So the Holy will see. They're said to meet over 100 entertainers from around the world, and it's meant to celebrate the beauty of human diversity and promises to be a moment of meaningful intercultural dialogue and sharing the joy and hope. I can't wait for some of those comedians to give a joke saying, okay, like a Catholic priest, a rabbi, and a bear walk into a bar, right? That'd be fantastic. But that's all happening at the palace there. And this is monumental because it's the first time that a pope, a living pope, is willing to meet with entertainers of anything and diverse backgrounds from all over the world. So that's a big deal. In Florida, you could always strike it rich, even if you're a scuba diver. In fact, actually, if you're a scuba diver off the coast of Florida, always keep an eye out for extra packages of cocaine. Because they're there. They're there.
Plenty.
As scuba divers were exploring Key Largo's Rainbow Reef and found more than sea life during a recent excursion. About 100 feet from the shore, divers inadvertently swam into 25 wrap packages filled with cocaine, each weighing around a kilo. The sealed booger sugar was brought to the surface and turned into border agents like a bunch of nerds. And they're currently investigating who it might have came from. I'll tell you what, it was well branded. I saw pictures of this. Not only was it packed like, super pro, but it had like a Nike logo on it.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like, just do it. It's like, you want to do it. Yeah. Now
but in my mind, I'm like, this is how you get cocaine shark. That's terrifying.
Yes.
Keep it out of the water, please.
Yeah. And those are the worst kind of sharks because they'll bite you and tear you up, but not eat you because they're not even hungry.
They want to start a business with you.
Yeah. They want to talk your ear off and bite your leg off. So the exact street value hasn't been revealed, but experts on the subject say the street drugs of this particular haul would carry a value of well over $1.5 million.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, of that pure sea cocaine. Yes. This is something to be terrified of. In Texas, everything is bigger, including hail. Did you see pictures of this that went viral earlier this week?
Oh no, was it like basketball size hail?
Oh, you wish, dude. It was pineapple size hail.
Wow.
Yes, dude. Yes. And the cliche of everything is bigger in Texas continues. Storm trackers in the Panhandle managed to find a hailstone the size of a pineapple at over 7 inches long. The hailstone is believed to be the largest ever found in the state. And fortunately, when it landed, it hit the ground, but it didn't break. And it didn't break through someone's windshield or crack their skull open. But, next time there's a hailstone or a storm in Texas, run for cover. And go to your basement, just like a tornado's coming. Because there's been a lot of tornadoes happening as well.
I would just hate to go out that way. People are going to talk more about the pineapple shape of the hail versus your death.
Right.
Did you know that thing was shaped like a pineapple?
What a terrible way to go, dude. You're just like in a storm. All of a sudden it's raining and you're just like, fine. Sometimes hail will break down when it will come down before the rain even comes down hard, right? So you're just like, just a little drizzle. I can tell you, don't be a little baby. Bam. And your head explodes.
Done.
Yeah, dude. We live in a world where your head could explode from hail. Like, that's a crazy world to live in.
Oh, yeah. It keeps it interesting.
Yeah. All right. So that's happening in Texas. In other news, there was an otter terrorizing the beaches of Santa Cruz. Have you ever been to Santa Cruz, California?
No.
I actually grew up going to Santa Cruz. It's a fantastically weird town. A beautiful beach town of surfers and weirdos. And it was actually the backdrop for the movie The Lost Boys.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, it was so perfect of a backdrop because it does, when you're there, it does feel that weird, but it's really cool. Well, apparently, an infamous aggressive otter is back and could be wreaking havoc on Santa Cruz beaches. Yes, Otter 841. Yeah, that's what they name. He's known for causing trouble with surfers. Was spotted over the weekend in the area. The animal stole the national spotlight last summer for being aggressive to local surfers, stealing their boards and invading capture by wildlife crews. And they thought he was away for good, but it looks like he is back to terrorize surfers on the beaches of Santa Cruz.
What is he called? The outer what number?
841.
Dude, that's my new screen name now. Thank you.
It's fantastic. So there you go. That's the news. All right. So let's keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. There, I'll show you thirst traps of Sydney Sweeney, a little pop stocking segment. And then we have more coming up right after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
How does he steal surfboards though?
Yeah, what a little science experiment gone wrong.
I know.
Oh, it
It's like
reminds me of
wreaking
Lilo and
havoc.
Stitch. You know, Stitch, he's like number 6'5",
How
too.
funny.
Maybe that's what it was. He escaped some kind of
Alien.
yeah.
Research facility.
Yeah, that's it. Scientists are like basically experimenting on him. He escaped and then
He's,
started
like, uber
terrorizing
intelligent.
surfers. Yeah. All over the place. Wouldn't it be great if there's a picture of like a surfer like frantically swimming away, like freaking out?
I'm an otter.
Still on his board. He's
Yeah.
on his board.
And just a regular surfer. There he goes. Look at that.
Wait, so he just steals the boards? Like,
Yes, dude.
Wait, and why can't they just scoot him off?
See, no, you're in the ocean.
You
You're
don't
not
get
fucking
bit.
with an otter, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
they can't bite that bad,
You
You
Oh,
wanna
right?
yes, I
bet? You
can.
want to bet?
Yeah, they
I'm gonna
absolutely
chat
can.
GPT otter bites.
Look at
I
this
mean,
guy.
just get tetanus shot after.
He's
Not
showing
gonna-
off. He's showing off his surfboard
Right.
and what the otter did to it.
Oh, did he destroy it?
Yeah. This the otter flashing his dong.
He means business.
This is just an otter that loves surfing, dude.
Yeah, let him live.
Eating crabs and surfing, living his best life.
Best life.
Yep. See, he's getting on this
Oh.
surfboard, and this chick's like, okay. And they're like, it's my surfboard now. Look at that, dude. Just gets
Damn.
right on there and just owns it.
Oh, he
Owns it.
does.
Yeah.
He actually does.
Yeah.
This is incredible. It says otter bites are rarely fatal, but they can still cause significant harm. The primary concerns with otter bites are the risk of infections and potential injury.
They got wet.
Sharp teeth, strong jaws, deep puncture wounds.
Yeah.
Oh, big baby.
It's also biting the surfboards,
Rabies.
right? So it's biting chunks off the surfboard, and it's also catching waves.
Whoa.
Look at that.
That is fantastic.
Surfing.
Yeah, it's an otter surfing. You thought you saw everything today? Then
Dude.
otter eating that because it looks delicious. Don't make your surfboard look like a fruit roll up, and you
Right.
won't have an otter eat it. It's another one here.
It's a real life Pixar movie right now.
I know.
Yeah, and this is straight up surfing. This otter caught
Damn.
the wave.
Wow.
This otter is
legitimately.
gnar.
Gnar as fuck, dude. There's
Gnar
a
otter.
couple of the
Oh,
bites that the
okay.
otter does.
See?
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna do much.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take you surfing in Santa Cruz and see
Messing
what
up
you-
the
I'll make him
board.
my best friend.
Yeah.
You wish.
I absolutely do wish. I would love to have an otter best friend that can surf.
Yeah.
You
What's
and
up,
me
Francisco? Yeah, I hope you're having a good day as well. Speaking of good days, Rico went out and explored the caves and did a 5-star review on it. It started off a little bit late on the stream, and I apologize, but it's still hilarious. So check it out.
Points for strategic movement post Black Swan happening.
Yes.
Now, as a logical and totally sane person, I absolutely do not wish for catastrophe and the subsequent disruption to the convenient modern era comforts that have made us weak, dumb, and easily manipulated. Now, as a gamer, I subconsciously do hope we get taken back technologically about 125 years, because playing Red Dead Redemption 2 was not enough for me.
That was badass.
I want to live out my outlaw cowboy gang fantasies, or at least dabble for a couple of months to see if I have the grit. As captain or underboss, will require full immersion, minus the modern firearms. That means if anyone strays from eating bear or elk meat off the end of a knife and tries to sneak a Nature Valley granola bar, they're out of the gang.
Oh, no.
It's going to be tough pickings.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, me and these classified individuals began to engage in talks about remote into nature and out-of-city stash points and safe havens to assess our next movements into non-hostile and climate-suitable environments. Some suggested the forests of Mount Lemmon, some suggested Rincon Peak, and some suggested posting up in an abandoned 99-cent store. The former sounded a lot of legwork, and I don't want to pull a hammy on an incline. The latter is likely already going to be taken over by bandits and or rave scene kids.
True.
Reading Old West stories about hideouts and caves always fascinated me, so I suggested cave dwelling. They're hidden, they're nice and cool, and one of the dudes in our group has family from Russia, so we can probably talk a cave bear out of mauling us. They were a little iffy on the idea, so I told them I would go scout out cave life to see if it would be a good fit for us. So I found Colossal Cave Mountain Park, which was close enough to Rincon in case we changed our minds to live as mountain men instead of cavemen.
Oh, nice.
According to the website, there's a pretty deep and interesting bandit history associated with the cave. In 1884, 4 men held up a mail train near Pantano and got away with $72,000 in gold.
Damn.
It's like $2 million in today's currency.
Yeah, that's huge.
Before using the cave as a hideout, a Wells Fargo Express messenger was forced to give them the goods. So these dudes ransacked a Wells Fargo safe and made it out to these here caves. Well, Wells Fargo has ransacked me with ATM and overdraft fees for years, so maybe karma's finally coming around.
Payback time.
The site even has a section that says, "Is there gold hidden in Colossal Cave?"
Oh.
And the answer was, "Is it in our best interests to say?" Challenge accepted. I drove into the unforgiving desert with determination and a newfound thirst for that gold. When I pulled up to the old-timey rock masonry entrance building, there were signs for tours, an old statue, a gift shop, cafe, and a beautiful open view of the Sonoran Desert vistas, which can humble even the greediest man, which I was. The older Walt Whitman-looking gentleman inside greeted me enthusiastically and asked if I've already booked a cave tour. "Howdy, partner. I actually have not booked a tour," I responded in kind. "Well, luckily we do have a few openings. We have the Classic Cave Tour, the Ladder Tour, and the Wild Cave Tour," he said with a Santa smile. I pulled a $20 bill out of my pocket and slid it toward him, my hand inching towards him like a horny rattlesnake. "How about that gold tour I keep hearing about?"
Oh, no.
The man chuckled and said, "Oh, you're one of those. Well, son, I hate to break it to you, but if there was any gold in there still, I wouldn't be sitting at this here desk." I looked him in the eyes and said, "Hey, Howard, do you know what the elemental symbol for gold is?" He took a second and then said, "Well, yes, I do. It's AU. I go, "That's right, Howard. As in A. You better show me where the gold is at before this devil in me gets his first cup of coffee."
Nerd burn.
He raised his eyebrow, and before he could say anything, a kid loudly said behind us, "Hey, Dad, I hope we see a bat today." I said, "Wait, Howard, are there still bats in those caves?" "Many bats, boy. It's a natural habitat and a large draw for many of our guests." I quickly recoiled my $20, smiled, and said, I'll be back," before getting to my truck, cussing under my breath. I'm not going into no cave without without bat bite or health insurance. So before society ends, I'll have to get health insurance. Either way, it was a great entrance and tour offers that they had there. So 5 stars.
Oh, man. So you decided not to live in a cave and search for gold because you were afraid of bats?
Is that not a good reason?
That is not a good reason. I just saw Taylor Momsen be a badass in front of 80,000 people, get her blood sucked by a bat, and still continue on with the show.
Well, I guess I got to talk to them. Damn.
Excellent 5-star review. That's a real review that you can find by Googling what?
Colossal Cave Mountain Park.
Yeah, I can't wait to check that place out too. Sounds phenomenal.
I kind of want to go now.
And I do believe, I do believe that there is gold in them in our hills or caves. All right, let's hit the reset.
Wells Fargo.
We got more Beef Eager Presents after these words. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Clear. All right. With that was your 5-star review, and welcome back to the show. Let's pop stock Sydney Sweeney real quick. Yeah. So
my favorite.
Yeah. So what happened was paparazzi was stalking Sydney Sweeney. She bought a house, a nice I think $12 million mansion in Florida.
Very pricey.
Yeah, very pricey. But she's on fire. She's engaged to an older man. Around my age, so everything's possible. She was out just enjoying the water in her backyard the other day with a friend. And this is some pop stalking, right? So this is not necessarily news, but it was reported as such. And so I just want to share some of these photos here because Sydney Sweeney is fantastic.
She definitely has no idea she has photos being taken.
Absolutely
not.
Look, she's surfing with her dog too, which is fantastic.
Where's that auto
and her
when you need
friend?
it?
our friend is gifted as well. So yeah, they hung out, and I found out a little bit about Sydney. She likes to have fun with her friend on her jet ski, and her friend likes to grab her boobs, and why not? Because she has the best boobs in Hollywood, but also those boobs will keep you safe on a pretty badass jet ski. Look at that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, is that Batman's jet ski?
It looks like Batman's jet ski, dude. Like, this is lifestyles of the rich and famous for sure. And that jet ski right there, I'm like, you got to go fight crime on that jet ski.
Oh, yeah.
That is fantastic. I mean, even just taking off that vest is enough to stop crime in its tracks.
America.
Yeah, America. This is the house. Nobody cares. There she is pulling some rope. And that's funny, too, because when I first saw these pictures, I shot my rope. All right. And this is her fiance. They've been dating since 2018. So she was probably close to being a minor. So he's a groomer. He's a little older, successful, buff bro. Looks like
hell yeah.
He's living a life. He's 39 years old. Showed off his muscles in a black vest and helped his adorable fiance get her life jacket on. He's like, "Oh, you dumb, beautiful blonde. Here you go. The zipper goes up, sweetie. I know you're just used to taking it off." But no, she looks fantastic. And
I hate that I want that jet ski so much still.
Yeah. What do you want more? A night with Sydney Sweeney or an hour on that jet ski?
5 seconds with her or an hour on the jet ski? Definitely jet ski.
Well, it's only gonna take you 5 seconds. You wouldn't take your time.
Joke. You don't have to explain.
No, I want you to, be honest with the amount of time you think you could last with Sydney Sweeney.
Would be great. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I understand.
GoPro
I understand the joke, but would you have enough in you for a round 2 with Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, dude. The eyes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll just take your word
take
for
round
it.
2 with that jet ski too.
There you go.
2 hours.
So, yeah, Jeff said, "Why is this important to people?" No, it's just Thurston. That's again pop stalking Sydney Sweeney.
He's trying to get a rise out of you. Don't let him.
Yeah.
Let Sydney do that.
Yeah. And I will screenshot those images and send them to you later there, Jeff. Just for the spank bank. The jet ski is fantastic. Let's try not to act like we're just too mature to appreciate a beautiful woman now. I mean, I get it.
She's mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's mid. She's mid.
Yeah. I mean, why even waste time looking at her? Yeah. This is a 5 at best. That jet ski, solid 10.
Sea-Doo RXT 19K, baby.
I'd do her in the butt.
Yeah, but 19K versus how many millions?
Too rough. Sorry. I mean, do her. It would have been fine.
No, I'm thinking about the age. She's 40 and she's 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been together for 8 years.
Has it been 8 years?
I don't know. I'm looking up that.
I said a few years. I don't know if it's been 8 years, but it's still been, still long enough. I mean, she was super young. And, as gross as that is, it's also like, oh, okay, well, age ain't nothing but a number. And, that just happens.
Have you seen my jet ski?
Yeah.
Come over.
The trend, too, is there's been women dating younger guys. I mean, hell, what's the name? Kristen, the chick from the hills, who's married to Jay Cutler. She's super hot. Kristen Cavallari.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. So her new boyfriend is like a 23-year-old model, bro. And Jay Cutler's hating those pictures because
he's chain smoking.
Every single picture that is posted with Kristen Cavallari and this dude looks like they just got done from like a 3-hour lovemaking marathon, So she just looks like super shag, glistening. And so Jay Cutler, without his chin, he has no chin, just sitting there, just like drinking beers, being like, "I used to be mediocre in the NFL," and those, yeah. So, all right. You don't want to hear about that. That's fine. We do have a little bit. We're going to be on here in a minute 25. And I want you to pull up one of your stories there, Rico.
One of my stories?
Yes. Because you can give us some local news here. Do you want to do the local news or you want to do the other one?
What's the other one?
The other one was Ric Flair and...
Oh, I have that's your story.
Okay, that's fine.
That's more fitting.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you give me the local news. We're going to be on in a minute to do that. And while we're doing that, let's see. Let's see some more fake shit. Gen Z plus millennials. What's the hot take on that, bud?
Gen Z and millennials have to deal with school shootings, terrorist attacks, police brutality, climate change, 2 economic collapses, and a global pandemic. Why do our parents think that it should also be our responsibility to remember their Gmail passwords? We're busy trying to fix everything, so if you guys could keep track of which ones are the dog's name and which ones are the dog's name with an exclamation point, we would appreciate it. Also, if you could upgrade your password keeper from manila file folder in the kitchen drawer to literally any digital format. We would love a Dashlane or a LastPass, but we are willing to go as low as a Word document called passwords saved on the desktop.
All right. Yeah, not that funny.
That's what they play at Guantanamo.
Yeah. That still has
repeat?
2.3 million views. So
Wow.
if you're mad,
That
Rock
don't mean
2.1 KFMA. I know, but you put out a lot of TikTok videos as well at Unreal Rico, and so have I. And I've never had one video hit 1 million. So I mean, this kid, as fake as he is, figured something out. Maybe he's paying for those clicks. Anyways, we're back here live on Rock 2.1 KFMA, and Rico has some local news for us. What do you got, Rico?
There's something I stumbled across, and I think it's a pretty common fear among us here in Tucson when going to a new house, or older new house.
Yeah,
kind of thing. It says Tucson homeowner didn't know that his house was built on a cemetery until he found the bones.
Oh.
It says almost like the famous 1982 film Poltergeist. Some homeowners in the Dunbar Spring neighborhood of Tucson had no idea their homes were built on top of a cemetery when they purchased their property near the intersection of Stone Avenue and Speedway.
You're familiar with that area, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Stone Avenue and Speedway. That's not too far from me either.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
One of those is Moses Thompson, who bought his home in 2006. He quotes, "We'd only been in the house for maybe a month, and a sinkhole opened up in the front of the house," Thompson said. He thought he had a sewer line break, but he started digging and found the soil was dry. And then I found some brass decorations, like a diamond pattern brass pieces, and then I found a cross. And then I hit some boards, Thompson said. So he reached in and pulled out a handful of bones.
No.
And sent a photo of them to his wife, who is a pediatrician. She's like, "What the hell?"
You're a doctor? Figure this out.
Yeah, you're a doctor. You know bones.
Yeah.
She's like, "They could be human bones, but they're really small," he said. So Thompson contacted a local archaeologist and discovered everything he found. He was like, "You 100% hit a human grave. Your house was built over the Court Street Cemetery," said Thompson.
Oh, wow. So that whole area, it was a little cemetery, huh? Court Street Cemetery that your house is built on. Look, I'm not feeling bad for this guy because I live off of like Speedway and Alvernon, and people pretty much died on every block in my neighborhood. So, but being on top of a grave, that's spooky, right? What are you seeing?
I'm just looking at the rest of the pair. It says Thiel, I think the archaeologists have actually supervised the excavation of about 25 graves in the area since 2005. Wow. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Based on the number of people I know that were buried on the square footage, each of these house lots has between 90 and 100 graves. Maybe half were exhumed.
Whoa.
Yikes. All right.
So that whole area, which actually is becoming like a nice area. I lived right there off of Seneca and Campbell, right? Or close to Speedway. So that's close to the area where Stone is, no?
No, it's a
okay,
little bit. It's closer to U of A.
Well, I mean, my ex still lives there, so I was hoping it was on top of a graveyard.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd still say the rent is scarier right now, but still.
The rent is scarier. Yeah.
Way scarier than
But
that.
Tucson's an old town, dude. So, I mean, seriously, I'm sure there's a lot of houses that are built on top of old graves.
Oh, yeah.
So that's terrifying. So that's local news with Rico. We're going to hit the reset, keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast, and be back with your beef tip right after these words. It's Rock 2.1. Clear.
Bones make you some money.
And while
too.
having homes built on top of a burial ground may seem wild, it's not as uncommon as you might think. Thiel said many American cities have paved over cemeteries.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why I want to be
Sleep
cremated.
tight.
Just spread me around. Like Salt Bay.
Try to spread you
That's
around.
just like Salt Bay. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you.
That's my goal.
All right. Over some steak.
Mm-hmm. Yummy, yummy.
All right. You can Salt Bay it.
I'd add some good flavor. A little sandy, but
I don't know if I'd want to be cremated. To be
no,
honest
you
with
want to be buried though? Like, I don't want to be buried to just sit there and
The fact of the matter is,
shot into
I
space.
think if you're
mushrooms.
if you can't afford the burial, I think cremation is the way to go for the poors.
It's like the Big Lebowski scene.
Yeah. That's usually how it is.
Coffee
because the coffin, everything, and
You want to be put in a box and just sit there and just turn into mush?
No, not necessarily. I would like to be one of those things. I've seen like biodegradable type
mushroom
deal.
thing.
You turn
Yeah.
into a tree.
Yeah, and you get the
Yeah.
and you go back into the earth where you once came.
I still want the Viking funeral so bad.
Oh,
When
where
they
we just
shoot
shoot
an
arrows?
arrow into it on fire over a waterfall. I'm like, I'll pay for all the legal fees ahead of time. Like, you can just do it, man.
That'd be pretty dope. I mean, honestly, that's just
awesome.
like basically a modern day gender reveal. Are like Viking funerals nowadays.
It's like a new trend.
Yeah.
He's not even a Viking. That guy's from like South America. What the
Where
hell?
would you go there? Like Agua Caliente Park, or like what body of water would you go to in Tucson?
Oh, not here.
Yeah, there's no body. First off, it's gonna dry up in
It's
like
just
a year or two. They're
A
gonna
leg bed.
see his half rotten body. Just
getting picked at by birds. Like, I don't think that's what he wanted.
yeah.
You're feeding the ecosystem.
Right.
Yeah. That's
You know,
a circle of life.
There was a news story too that came out recently. I think it's been a thing for a while. There's some gravestones you can put where they have like a scan code where they can bring up like photos and memories of the person, which I would totally use to troll 100%. You know?
Yeah.
Have like your worst TikTok videos and just like random stuff. Or do like you do the beef curse on them. Like, you open up my video,
first
now
off,
you're cursed.
I only made one person crash. I don't
I'm
have
just
a beef
saying,
curse.
when
It's
your
not a-
body is degraded,
Yeah.
you know, decomposing, you can still give the beef curse.
I do feel sorry for my enemies because I don't wish them well. And if I do wish them unwell, who knows what could happen?
Oh.
So don't be an enemy.
Pro
Well,
tip.
here's a quick F My Life from this morning. It was a hilarious one. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out.
Get fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Well, Shane left. I'm just kidding. All right, Rock 121 KFA. It's time for your F My Life. Welcome back, Shane, from Tucson Games and Gadgets. So let's get into these unfortunate situations. Email to us, beefvegan@kfma.com, subject to FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, and give us a call, 600 KFMA at 600-5362. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's our first one sent to me by Marissa. We're starting off heavy. She said, "Hey, Beef, this weekend my husband moved out while I was out of town. The only thing of his that he left behind was a copy of Paradise Lost." All right, F My Life. Who wants to weigh in first?
Well, as a Milton fan, having read this book, Big Baby. No, that's a weird, that's almost like a serial killer thing to leave behind.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that was a good flex, too. Look at you reading.
big brain.
Yeah.
I know Wikipedia.
I know. All right. What about you, Mari?
I say FML. That sucks.
Yeah, that does suck. And what do you say, Shane?
Yeah, I'm going to go with FML too. It's too bad. That's I mean, maybe like Rico said, though, there might have a little serial killer. So
Yeah.
maybe,
What a weird
maybe
thing to
it's
leave.
good.
Well, I'll say
Get her
this.
back.
The optimist, the silver lining, the glass half full is that is your husband that moved out, and you know it's your soon to be wife or ex-wife. You take all the alimony, take them to court. You know, usually the court's on your side, so you know you might it might pay off in the long run. All right. Anyways, let's move forward. Something less serious. Carmela sent me this email and she said, my boyfriend uploaded a pic to Snapchat that said, "The love of my life." And it was a picture of our beautiful baby girl. Oh. Then he uploaded another pic that said, "The second love of my life." It was a picture of a full truck of a fuel truck that he drives for work.
Hell yeah.
F My Life. What do you say, Mari?
Yeah.
Oh, you would say yeah. What about you, Rico?
No, Big Baby.
I knew he was going to say
Come
Big Baby. What
on.
about you,
Yeah,
Shane?
big
That's
baby.
funny.
Yeah. Hey, he loves what
It's
he
got a
does.
Hemi.
Yeah.
Provides for the baby girl that he loves. It's got a Hemi. Yeah. Don't worry, Carmela. I'm sure you're third. All right. Next, F My Life said to me by Peter said, in a coffee shop, I purchased 2 donuts and a cup of coffee, a regular order, which I've bought many times before. But today the cost was $1 less. And when I inquired why, I was told I gave you the senior's discount. Their policy is a senior discount for anyone over 55. I turned 50 last week. F My Life. What do you say, Shane?
Big Baby, man. I've been looking like I was 50 since I was 30. So, you know, the other thing is at your age, why are you getting 2 donuts, dude?
All right, we're back. Shane was on fire this morning. All right, so
He's awesome.
Yeah, well, let's wrap up the show. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us as always. You guys are awesome. Continue to spread the gospel. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're almost out of time, and it's time for your beef tip before we wrap things up. Tomorrow morning, Mari and Rico will be in with me on the show, and then we'll have Stack Styles in the studio for the podcast broadcast. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you join us then. All right, now, does checking your bag at the airport early help it make it be the one to first hit the baggage claim? That's a question people always ask themselves. And an airline baggage handler recently answered some of these questions about the process. And he said the truth is the idea of how early you check in at the airport determines when your check bag will come out at your destination, but it's not a guarantee. At the worst, the suitcase you have the worst suitcase that you can have is a bag with no wheels or one with a broken wheel, since it won't roll correctly. So if you want your bag to come out quick in the baggage claim, make sure you have a good bag that has good wheels and it rolls well, and it might win the race, so to speak. Ooh. That's the only way you're going to get it out first. You just basically, every single bag that you check into the baggage claim is a little NASCAR that you're sponsoring. And you're going to say, good luck, buddy. I'll see you on the other side.
I believe in you.
And then once you go to baggage claim, then you just start cheering them on. Come on, number 17.
Let's go.
Go, number 17.
Go.
Then you get beat by that purse. You're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Margaret, congrats.
So I guess my beef tip to you is put on some fancy stickers onto your baggage claim and some STP stickers and other various sponsors to make it feel like a NASCAR. Maybe it will be a little faster out on the claim. I don't know if that will work, but it's the worst idea I had today, and I wanted to share it with you before I pass things over to Robin Nash. Thank you guys for watching the show and listening as always. Don't forget to subscribe, youtube.com/beefvegan. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish
there we go. We did another one, guys.
Soon will
spread cheeks, not hate.
And to all your grief. But if
drink water.
You beg me your kind of bad,
like all these.
I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski. Peanut butter cup.